Welcome to Mike X Apple. I'm Mike, and today I'm going to be exposing the HomePod Mini's well-known secret. If you don't know, the HomePod Mini had a temperature and humidity sensor since launch that Apple has not activated until recently with the release of iOS 16.3. So we're going to be checking that out today. And then in case you're wondering what's beside the HomePod, this is actually a secondary sensor for my thermostat. I have a HomeKit thermostat, the Ecobee 4, and it came with an additional sensor that you can set around the house so you can get the temperature of a second room. The thermostat's downstairs, so I actually keep this one upstairs in my office. This one is set up as Jeff's office because that's technically where we are right now. I came in here to record the video. That's why I'm not in my normal space, because when I tried to move the HomePod Mini from the bedroom to my room where I normally record, it got stuck calibrating for like 30 minutes. And I just moved it back to the bedroom and then it recalibrated again and now it's working. So yeah, it was easier just to record the video in here. So basically, if you have a HomePod Mini or the second generation HomePod, Big HomePod Mega, then all you have to do is update to iOS 16.3 or iPadOS 16.3. So after that, if you go to your Home app and you go over to Climate and then you hit Temperature, it should show you the temperature of all of your HomePods. So right now we're looking at Michael's office, which is technically my Ecobee sensor, and then Jeff's office. So the first thing I wanted to check was if I put these two right beside each other, if they would get the same temperature. And the answer is yes, typically they would. The house has cooled down a bit. Originally they were both at 76. The bedroom one was still calibrating at the time. Nothing new there. And I decided to play music for 30 minutes to see what would happen. And after the 30 minutes, I came back and I checked again, and that's when the temperature discrepancy happened. Now, I waited an additional 5 minutes. It's probably been about 10 minutes since I stopped playing the music and started recording this main part of the video. But there is still a temperature discrepancy between the two. So initially it was the same as my Ecobee, but now it's showing 2 degrees higher for me playing music for 30 minutes. So that is something to take into account. You might see a degree or two variance if you're doing something like playing music or using the HomePod. The temperature might be a little bit higher because it's going to take its own temperature into account. And obviously it heats up a little bit when it's actually doing tasks. But with that being said, it's still a cool feature to have. So let's hop into the Home app and see what we can actually do with this thing. Again, we have our HomePods. The bedroom and Jeff's office are HomePods. The living room is actually the Ecobee thermostat. That's why it has the setting for cool and it's set to 72. Michael's office is, again, this little Ecobee sensor. So if I go to this, I can actually change the name of the sensor. So you can change it to whatever you want to. I just leave them as temperature sensor. You can also switch what room it's associated with. The other thing you can do is add automation. If you have a HomeKit compatible thermostat, then you could do something like, I don't know, if the temperature in Jeff's office rises above, I don't know, 78, then I can select my thermostat wherever it is. Here it is, living room. And then I can select what I want the thermostat to do. Since I can't add it directly with Ecobee, I can set up automations in Home if I wanted to use the HomePod to be like, hey, if this certain room gets this temperature, turn on the AC or turn on the heat. So it's something kind of cool you can do if you have a HomeKit compatible thermostat. If not, then you just have a temperature readout of whatever room that you have a HomePod Mini or the HomePod 2nd gen in. Again, the old HomePod was left out because it didn't have a temperature sensor. Poor HomePod, it's always mistreated. It's kind of limited right now, and there's a few things that I wish it would do. Like in the main Home app, I wish it would just show the temperature like when you're looking at your rooms where you have a HomePod app. Also, it'd be nice if they had a widget you could add to the home screen where you could see the temperatures of the HomePods in those specific rooms, because that'd be kind of cool if I could have my Ecobee temperatures as well as my HomePod temperatures together in a widget so I could see what every room is. If you notice earlier in the screenshots, our downstairs is way colder than the upstairs. So what happens, especially during winter, is we'll try to heat the downstairs and then we'll end up burning up here. Like earlier, my office, which is the hottest room in the house, which is why we have the Ecobee sensor in there, it was at 81 degrees. I was dying in there. I was like, what's going on? I was feeling sick. I actually felt sick. So it is really nice, especially if you're in a situation where like you have 2 floors that have drastically different temperatures, to at least have an idea what the temperature is. I just hope in the future they add more things to make that information easily visible to people. And also, it's still kind of wonky software wise. Like sometimes when I go to it, it doesn't show the HomePods at all, and then they'll pop up after I go out and go back in. Also, when we updated to iOS 16.3, for some reason the bedroom one didn't show up for like 2 days, and then it just finally showed up. So I don't know, there's a lot of weirdness going on with it, but it is kind of a cool feature to get for free. Apple kind of stealth dropped it I mean, we've known for a while that the sensors have been in here, but now they've made them available for us to use. But let me know what you think. Do you have a HomePod Mini or a second gen HomePod, and have you used this feature at all? And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.